Yeah, guys, I absolutely love that video though, because it just, it talks and shows so much about leadership, right? And it covers, really the fact that most of us aren't actually giving it all we got. And that's why when I first saw that video, I was like, man, dude, I've been playing it small. I've been playing it way short of what I can actually do. I have so much more potential that I could be, applying to my life. And I just love that video, guys. So hopefully that was a good start for this call. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are brand new, my name is Josh Amundson. I am 26 years old. And I've been doing this business now for 6 years full time, and it has been an amazing experience. The person that I was the day I got started in this business is completely different than who I am right now. This business, what's so cool about it is, yes, we do trading, we do investing, a lot of that stuff, but it's a personal development journey. You literally form and change into an extremely better version of yourself that you didn't even know existed, and you just have to stick around long enough to see that version come to reality. You know what I mean? Most people, they have one sign of, struggle, hardship, and they just give up and they flop. And guess what? How you do one thing is how you do everything. That's what happens to most of the things they attempt in life. So, whether it's this business, ladies and gentlemen, whether it's, some community or whatever it is, guys, I encourage you, give whatever you're going to do, everything you got. If you're gonna load the dishes or clean the dishes, you load it the best you've ever done in your entire life. If you're gonna take out the trash, man, you better be dunking that thing, right? Shooting it, right? Just do everything the best of your ability, because it translates to all areas in your life. And so, if you are obviously brand new in the business, though, I want to welcome you to one of the best companies on the entire planet. Guys, this industry changed my entire life. A little bit about my backstory. I was, you know, 20 years old when I first saw this business. When you guys saw your first presentation from or of this company, right? Maybe it was me who did that presentation. Maybe it was me you saw on that call. Maybe it was Anthony Napolitano. Maybe you got a personal, presentation from someone who's maybe on this call or isn't on this call. But I was 20 years old when I first saw it, and I'm 26 now. And when I saw the presentation, when I saw the video, I was just like you, it was my first time seeing it. I wasn't very open-minded. I actually said no to the person on the call. Can you believe that? I said no. I literally was like, nah, I'm good, man. This isn't for me. Right. But thank goodness he reached back out to me. Thank God he followed up with me. Right. And so, but yeah, guys, at 20 years old, I decided to get started in this business, in this industry. And I had no idea what was about to happen in my life, right? It didn't happen in a day, didn't happen in a week, it didn't happen in a year. It happened over the course of a few years. That's when I saw massive change in my life. And so, if you are brand new, I want to welcome you to your journey. This is a 3 to 5 year journey where you'll never work a job again. Okay. If you do what you're supposed to do on a daily basis, right? If you do the daily goals, if you work on yourself, if you practice trading, if you are doing, obviously journaling your results, if you're tuning into the Learn Live trading sessions, if you're actually completing the academy, if you're taking this serious, right? If you're giving it all you got. That's obviously the trading side, ladies and gentlemen. And also cool. What's cool here is, we have something that most companies will never give to anyone. We're able to create a passive residual income inside this business, which I believe is so, so powerful, right? We have residual bills that get ripped out of our bank account every single month, right? Don't you guys hate that when you see the bills hit your bank? You're like, there it is again, right? Imagine if you created a residual income that shoved it right back in there. One of my mentors always said to me, he was like, listen, this is what financial freedom is to me. And I was like, okay, let's hear it. He said, when you can create a passive residual income that can match the amount of bills and expenses that your life has, and now you're break even, every dollar past that is financial freedom. That's what he said financial freedom is to him. When you can create a passive residual income that can equal the amount of expenses and bills you have, you're now financially free. You created something that replaces your bills and expenses and comes back into your bank account every single month. And I thought that was so powerful. I was like, man, when I got started in the business, my expenses were, I was in college, man. It was probably like sheesh, anywhere from like 1 to 2,000 bucks a month, maybe less, right? I was in college, but I was just like, all I got to do is go create a $2,000 a month income. And now all my expenses are covered. So I thought it was super powerful, but guys, this journey is, it's going to be not easy, but it's going to be worth it. Right? If you think about what your career is right now, what is your job when you're showing up every single day? Ask yourself, do you enjoy what your current career is? Like, do you actually like it? Does it pay you the money you want to get paid? Does it allow you to have the time freedom that you actually want? Can you do it from anywhere in the world? Is that something you want? Does it have a boss, or is there no boss? Is it your ideal career? All I wanted in my life was I wanted to be able to make money from anywhere in the world from my phone. That was one thing I knew I wanted to do. I'd been making money online since I was 13 years old. When I found this business, I was like, awesome, another way I can make an income from my cell phone, right? So that was one, location freedom. I didn't want a boss. I don't like people telling me I have to do this. I have to do that. I'm worth this much money on an hourly basis. I have to do this or I get fired and I lose my income, right? I wanted to be in control of my future, my destiny. It's, guys, don't get me wrong though. Working a job, I'm not against jobs. They're really important. That's the reason the economy even works, right? Think about how many people would be unemployed if there wasn't jobs, obviously, right? But I just thought to myself, I want to have full control over my future and my destiny. And if that means that I have to, obviously work harder than I would at a normal job, I was willing to do it. I wanted to be in control. I wanted to have say of my life. I was never the best employee. Quite frankly, I wasn't a very good employee at all, right? Maybe some of you can relate to that. Maybe some of you have been fired from jobs. Maybe some of you, your boss is always on your ass telling you, you're going to get fired or blah, 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 right? I didn't like that stuff, So I was like, I'm going to double down on myself and I'm going to learn how to become the best version I possibly can. And I'm going to do it inside of this vehicle. And I'm going to go out and accomplish the goals and dreams that I want, and that's what we have here, ladies and gentlemen. This industry that you are in right now, like I said, welcome, has created the most millionaires in the entire world, right behind real estate. Guys, it's absolutely insane what you can do in this industry. My first company, ladies and gentlemen, when I was 20 years old, when I went to my first event, I saw so many people of all ages making 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 250, $500,000 on a monthly basis. It was unbelievable, right? And then I saw people who were making over $1 million a year and they were in the $1 Million Hall of Fame. And I saw them walking on stage in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people and sharing their story. And I was so new. I was 3 months into the business, right? And I'm seeing this stuff and I'm like, well, those people don't seem like that crazy and special. They don't seem like anything different than me. And I thought to myself, I was like, if they can do it, I can do it. But at that time I was sitting in the back of a basically almost like arena with 5,000 people in it. I was in the very back 5 rows with my business partner, Jay Patnode, right? The very back. We didn't know anyone. We didn't know nothing. We were just fired up and excited. We're like, if this many people are able to go out and crush it, why can't I? So I decided to become a student to the game. I understood, first of all, expectations. We'll talk about those, but I decided to become a student of the game. What does a student of the game mean? It doesn't matter what level of income you reach. It doesn't matter, what you've accomplished in the past or anything. You remain a student. You're always learning. You're never not a student. This goes with trading and investing. The markets are always changing. They're always changing, right? History tends to repeat itself. However, you're always a student to the market, and same with obviously building a business, ladies and gentlemen. You're always a student. You're always learning, right? Now, most people only want to learn from people that they perceive as a higher level leader or more successful than themselves. Would you guys agree? Would you guys agree to that? Most people only usually want to learn from people that they perceive as a higher level leader than themselves or someone that is more successful, right? And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I do not know everything. I don't. But what I do know is I know how to get to a full-time income in this business. I've done it for years and years and years now. And if I know how to do it, that means I can teach it to anybody who's willing to put in the work on this call. You know what I mean? Some people get started in this business because they only want an extra $500 a month. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Some of you are on this call and you're like, dude, I want to shoot for the moon. Like I'm all in. Like I'm trying to make like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, you know, or whatever your goal is, right? Maybe a year, you know, whatever your goals are, and that's completely fine. You know, you just have to, one, become a student to the game. Two, understand that these calls Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time, the people who are speaking on them are here to help you skip levels. They're here to help you go faster. They're here to help you learn from their mistakes, right? I come on these calls, you know, with some of the other leaders that obviously are on the team, and we're trying to share our experiences and the things that we've gone through so you don't have to go through them the same amount of time length it took us to learn, right? You can learn it faster. You know, and that's the most powerful thing about it, right? In a corporate job, in a corporate world, the people who have the positions that you want don't want to tell you how to actually go get their positions because you become a threat to them. You know what I mean? There's only so many management spots. There's only one CEO spot. They're not going to tell you how to do it. If anything, they're going to sabotage you and keep you down. Right? So here, what's cool about this business is everyone can eat, everyone can win. Guys, the markets that we trade have billions and billions, if not trillions of dollars going through it every single day. There's enough money for all of us to make whatever we want through trading, right? But that's going to be a skill that takes time to learn. And also, guys, building a passive residual income inside this business, which is really cool. It's optional, but there is 8 billion people on the planet, right? There's enough room for all of us to absolutely crush it and live the craziest life you could ever imagine here. That's why I love this company, guys. I love this opportunity. I love this business. So for now on, guys, I want you to understand every Tuesday at 7 p.m., these are the calls you want to be on if you want to get to that next level. Now, it's not just about you too. You have to think about people in your life, you know, people that are in your team, people that obviously are in the business. You want to make sure everyone's on these calls, and that's how we're all going to grow together. Okay. The people who are skipping these calls, the people who don't promote them, the people that aren't showing up, they're not going to win. I swear that's what I learned over 6 years, right? So congratulations, every single one of you are on the call. You won a Bitcoin. I'm just kidding. You guys are all like, let's go. I saw some eyes light up right there. So guys, I want to go through some information tonight. I'm going to try to verbal contracts. Nice. I'm going to try to go through some information. I have a good amount of stuff I want to cover, but I'm just going to lay some foundational stuff out for you if you're brand new, and then I'm going to get into some higher level stuff. Okay. Now, in this business, right, obviously, the first thing you want to figure out is you want to figure out why you're doing this, okay? And you have to know exactly why, all right? Your why is supposed to make you cry, right? For me, it was retiring my parents. It was being able to travel around the world, you know, have financial freedom, not have to look at a price on a price tag when I'm in a store, being able to help people level up their life, being able to give back to, you know, charities. You know, I'm always donating to charities, believe it or not. Some of you probably don't even know that about me. I guess I never talk about it, but I love giving back because when I was younger and I didn't have a lot, I would take at every opportunity I could. So then when I found a vehicle where I was able to start giving back, it changed my entire life. That's why I like, you know, helping people get to the next level. But first and foremost, you have to figure out why you're doing it. You know, why am I going to do this? Why am I about to work so hard and go after all my goals and dreams and go accomplish it? You're going to go through hell, guys, just like that football player on the field. Did you guys see how hard he was struggling? You saw he was dying on the field. He couldn't make it. He was screaming. He was crying. You know, snot's coming out of his nose. His arms and muscles are burning. It's going to be like that, except without all the physical stuff. It's going to be a mental war, this business. Okay. But guess what? I don't know a single career. I don't know a single successful person. I've met tons of millionaires in my life. I've been to 20 countries around the world, spoke to tens of thousands of people. I've not met one person who is worth a lot of money or has a ton of success in whatever their eyes are that didn't go through some sort of insane struggle. Okay. So it's okay. And you should embrace it. You should be like, I'm going to go through this, because the person you're going to be after this is done is exactly probably the person that you want to be. Right? It's going to be a life-changing experience. Okay. So figure out why you're doing this. When times get tough, you remember your why. When you want to quit, you remember your why. When you blow your trading account and it's back to $0, you remember your why. When you fail a funded account, you remember your why. You know, when you don't understand something in the academy, you remember your why. Okay. Your why is supposed to keep you going. It's powerful. It's important, right? Some people put the picture of their why on the back of their phone so they can always see that's my why. That's my why. That's my why. Right. So that's the first thing. The other thing is understanding that this journey does take time, right? I want all you to have proper expectations inside this business. Okay. If you got a presentation call and someone was like, dude, join, you're going to make tons of money in your first month. It's going to be insane. Sorry, they gave you false expectations. Does that mean that you can't make a good amount of money in your first month? Not at all. That's not at all what that means, but it's about getting proper expectations, right? Setting the bar low so people don't, obviously have false expectations, right? I want to give you the correct expectations. How long have I been trading? Does anybody know? Drop it inside the chat, guys. How many years have I been trading? 8 years. 8 years that I've been trading in the markets, guys, right? Am I the best trader in the world? No, right? But do I know a lot? Yes. Okay, 8 years I've been trading, right? Now, here's the thing, guys. You're going to keep getting a year older every year, right? It's just that maybe it was this year or last year, or maybe a couple years now, you made the decision to start learning how to trade. Okay. Every single one of us is going to have a different result with how long it takes us to learn how to become profitable. All of us will have a different result. I'm telling you, that's just how it is, right? You see other people in the chat, some people are posting $8,000 withdrawals, some people a couple $100, here and there. Maybe you see me post some stuff, but you can't compare yourself to someone's chapter 30 when you're on chapter 1, 2, or 3. That doesn't make sense. That's you're just hurting yourself, right? Comparison is a thief of joy. Okay. So trading, ladies and gentlemen, give yourself 1 to 2 years to learn the skill at the minimum. 1 to 2 years. It's not a long time. Think about it. It's almost been half a decade since COVID. Half of a decade, right? It's almost like yesterday, we were all just locked up inside of our homes. Now it's almost been 5 years. Pretty crazy, right? It's pretty crazy. So give yourself 1 to 2 years to learn the skill trading at the minimum. And then understand, ladies and gentlemen, we have, like I said, inside this business, a phenomenal opportunity where obviously if you enjoy the products and services, if you like them, if you think the trading sessions are amazing, if you like the educators, if you like the academy, if you like using Endotech, if you like the culture, the community, the team, guess what? You can share it with other people and get compensated for it. That's what's so cool about this business, right? Since I was 13 years old, ladies and gentlemen, I've been involved in referral programs. I've done affiliate marketing. Like I've done tons of stuff where, I'm always looking at a way to refer things to people. Amazon, you can refer every single product on their store to anyone. You guys know that? Your friends are like, where'd you get that? Amazon? Set up an Amazon affiliate link store. You can just make money off of stuff you share with your friends and family, right? Everything has a referral program to it nowadays. And the reason I'm bringing this up, ladies and gentlemen, is because our company, they don't run ads on Facebook that are constantly popping up on your screen, right? They don't run TV commercials. They do not pay for fancy, crazy marketing. They don't do any of that stuff, right? What they do is they allow us, if we want to go out and we can share this opportunity with people and get paid for it. It's completely optional though. That's what's cool about it, right? Like if you have a friend or a family member who's like, man, I don't know if I want to join the team because I don't want to go, share the opportunity and have to sell, blah, blah, blah. Well, you just tell them, hey, you don't actually have to do that. Actually, 80% of people that are inside the company just trade and use the products and services. And 20% decide to have both streams of income, right? So you just got to let people know that not everyone does it. And it's completely fine, right? I want to become as wealthy as possible, as fast as I can at the youngest age that I have available. Right? I'm sure you guys agree, right? You want to probably reach your financial goals at the youngest age that's available in the shortest amount of time. So that's why I like multiple streams of income. I'm like, I'm all for it. Let's do it, man. Let's go help people. Think about it. If I didn't make the decision to go out and share this business, none of you would be on this call right now. Like not even one person would be on this call right now, literally. And it's because I decided to share the company, share the opportunity, share what's available here, and that's why, I went out and I built a business, so it's optional for you. You definitely don't have to, but I'll tell you what, it's pretty awesome. Some months I don't even have to trade, guys. I still get paid every single Friday, a residual check that's been coming for 6 years. It took me 2 years and 1 month to reach a 6-figure income in network marketing. 2 years and 1 month. Okay. So whatever timeline you're on, remember it's 3 to 5 years. Just be patient. Okay. If those of you that know Matt Morris, who we a lot of us study, guys, it took him 5 years to get to a full-time income. And he's way better than me. He's amazing, right? If you watch him on YouTube, took him 5 years, right? I was able to skip 3 of those years off by studying all the things that he failed from. He allowed me to skip 3 years by studying all of his videos. Think about that. It's pretty crazy. So for this business, ladies and gentlemen, give yourself 3 to 5 years. All right. Now, one thing I want to talk about, I'll just cover it real quick with trading is you have to understand that 90% of people who attempt to learn how to trade around the planet quit within 6 months. Not our company, by the way. I'm not talking about our company. I'm talking about the whole planet. Statistically, 90% of people give up by 6 months. So how do you win at trading? How are you going to eventually become profitable? Can someone put it in the chat? If 90% quit by 6 months, how do you become part of the 10% that's profitable? Someone type in the chat. Don't give up. Yeah, just don't give up. Beat 6 months. Last a year, last 2 years. Have some grit. Have some determination. You will eventually get it. I promise you. If you're relentless, you will eventually learn it, right? I tell this story about my ex-girlfriend's sister, right? She came over to my house. She wanted to learn how to trade 4 years ago. Sat down, and she didn't even know how to copy and paste something on a computer. She didn't know how to get into her email. She didn't know how to change a password. She didn't even know you could have multiple emails. She didn't know how to use the computer. And it took her 4 years, and she's finally made 100 grand trading. And now she's consistently being profitable. And I asked her, I was like, was it worth it? Like, I saw what you went through. And she was like, yes. She's like, I'm so glad I didn't give up the 1,000 times that she called me wanting to quit. But now, because she's consistently profitable, her entire life will be different the rest of her life. So that's my advice to you is don't be a part of the 90% that gives up within 6 months. Have some grit and determination, and let's get the thing done. Okay. Now, for those of you on this call, guys, I run multiple businesses. I've been an entrepreneur for a long time now, right? One of the first things you want to do inside of a business is you want to make your business break even. Okay. You want to make your business break even so the business doesn't cost any money anymore, right? We all pay $175 a month for our subscription, right? Well, what's cool about this company, guys, it's called a top-up bonus. If you share this business with 4 people, it's just your special link, your username .igenius.biz. If you want to share it with 4 people, you'll have a free membership. That's what's really cool. I know for every business I start, my goal is to break even. That's my first goal. Break even, make it cost nothing, right? So if you're interested in getting a free account, here's how you can do it. I suggest you follow the 48-hour rule, right? The 48-hour rule basically states that in the first 48 hours of you joining this business, maybe some of you have been in it for a while now, but you can use the same urgency. The 48-hour rule basically states that in the first 48 hours of joining this business, you are technically the most fired up and excited you'll ever be inside the business, right? You're brand new. Who's brand new in the last, let's say, week? Anybody drop a 1 in the chat if it's been, you're brand new in the last week. Maybe the last month, right? I don't know if we got any new people on here. Okay, Tashi, awesome. Well, Alex, what's up? There's something called the 48-hour rule. And what it means is in the first 48 hours, all you want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is you want to take a text message and you want to basically reach out to 40, 50 people if you want to get a free account pretty fast. Okay. So it's pretty simple to do. There's a lot of ways to do it, but this is just one simple message that you guys can have. Feel free to screenshot it inside of the chat. I just put it in there, right? Hey, how's it going, Aaron? I just wanted to let you know, I recently started day trading with one of my friends who's been doing it for 6 to 7 years. He's always down to help new people learn. This is me. Would you want to hop on a call with my friend and I to talk about trading this week and we set one up? Notice how I didn't reach out to Aaron and was like, yo, Aaron, do you want to, join this academy? It costs $175 a month. We have a bunch of educators. It's super awesome. People love it. Notice how I didn't say that. I just said, yo, Aaron, I have a friend who's been trading for years. He's down to help you learn. Do you want to get on a call and learn from my friend? That's it. Very, very simple, ladies and gentlemen, right? Because that's all it is. If your friend decides they want to learn how to trade, you get them connected with either me, Tippa, or one of the other leaders who's on this call. Get them connected with one of us and we will help you, right? You don't have to be their mentor and their coach right off the bat. We'll help you. We'll help you guide them. It's very, very simple, right? So, here's a little tip of advice. Okay. Tip of advice for you. All right. So, when you are reaching out to people, all right, there are a few things in my experience from 6 years that you would not want to, essentially say to prospects before an actual presentation call. Okay. Before an actual presentation call. All right. 1 second. I'm going to put this in the chat. Okay. All right. So if you guys see that in the chat, what I said was some things that you don't want to mention to your prospects when you're reaching out to them until the presentation, until they've seen it. And not because it's bad, not because you're trying to hide this stuff. It's because there's an order of operations, right? When I was first brand new to the business, I was in college, I would go out to like, a party or something, or I go out to like a bar. And when I saw, people I knew, they were like, dude, how's that trading thing going? Or I would talk to someone, they're like, I've always been interested in trading. I would get super excited. I was like, whoo, here we go. And then I'd be like, dude, listen, I am trading with such like an amazing group of educators. I got a whole team. It's an entire company. It's a full-blown academy. There's literally tons of videos, 1,500 different videos. We have live trade sessions almost every single day. Like there's 6, 7, figure traders. It's absolutely nuts. It does cost $175 a month, but it's totally worth it. Trust me, people are crushing it. And obviously if you share it with 4 people, you can get a free account. And if you want, you can continue sharing it with people and they'll actually pay you to do it. Blah. No wonder no one wanted to join my team back in the day. I didn't know how to share an opportunity with people. I had no idea how to do it. I was just fired up and excited, right? But guess what? There's an old quote. No, or what is it? It's ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. I was ignorant and I was on fire and I didn't know what I was talking about. I didn't know how to talk about it, but I was on fire and I was like, I'm going to talk to everyone. I got no. And I'm like, dude, how could no one want to do this business? This is so cool. Like it's from their phone. This dude's working at, Domino's or something like that. Nothing against Domino's, right? But, he's working at Domino's and he doesn't even want to learn how he could potentially make some money from his phone, right? This girl's working, at the library. She doesn't want to learn. I'm like, what is wrong with people? Right. And I realized it was me. I wasn't learning how to properly share an opportunity with people. Right. So what did I do? I made the decision. I was like, okay, instead of giving them a verbal presentation every time I get excited and completely like, scaring them. Right. I just decided to say on that message right there, when people talk about trading, like, oh, so you trade? I'm like, yeah, I trade with my friends almost every day and we try to make money. That's it. I trade with my friends every day and we try to make money. That's literally all I say to people. And watch them be like, what? Really? Because guess what? How many people do you meet out and about when you're actually talking to people and they trade? It's really not that many. It's really not. Right? You might have heard this person or this person. You could think of a few individuals in your head, but think about the bulk amount of people out there. Right? So when I just said I trade with my friends, I try to make money, they would be like, really? And I'd be like, yeah, I turn it around on them. I'd be like, don't you trade? And they'd be like, no. And then I'd be like, why? And they'd be like, I don't know. I don't know why I don't trade. I just never have done it. I don't have anybody to help me. And I'd be like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, we hold a couple calls a week. If you want, I can see if you're able to hop on one of those. Here, let me get your phone number real quick. I'll text you later this week when I got some time. Let me get your Instagram real quick. I'll hit you up later this week if it's cool with my buddy. Right? You see how see how nonchalant it is, see how relaxed it is. And they'd be like, oh yeah, sure. Here you go. I'm asking for it. Right? Then I would reach out to them later in the week. I would invite them to a presentation call. They would get on and watch it. And then they would get a proper professional presentation from one of my mentors because I didn't know how to do the presentation back in the day. Right? That's how I started getting people in the business. I stopped trying to explain it all myself because I didn't know. I wasn't a professional. And all I did was I just told people I'd trade with my friends and we try to make money every day. And then I would invite them to one of the calls and I'd be like, yeah, check it out. But then if they missed the call, I'd be like, dude, like I asked them if it was cool if you got on and then you completely blew it off. They'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I got busy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, I can maybe get you on one more call. Like if you can commit to being on this call, I can get you a spot on it. You see how it changes? Like I'm in control. I'm in control of it. Right. But if you're like, oh, dude, there's like 7 more calls in the next like 2 weeks. So you can get on any of them. Like this time, this time, this time, this time, this time, this time. Now they're like, pretty open to letting me get on whatever call I want. It sounds like you're trying to sell me something, right? So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a sales job. Okay. We're not selling stuff to people. The commissions, when you get someone started, 25 bucks a month, that's awesome, right? Don't get me wrong, but, and obviously you can make a residual income, but what we're doing is we're finding people, we're looking for people who are looking for us. We're looking for people that want to start a business relationship, right? That's why we all keep seeing each other, because this is a long-term business relationship. If you want a sales job, go work at the car dealership, go sell houses. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a one-time interaction with an individual. Here, we're launching people. We're finding people who want to go out and build something together. We're finding people who want to start a journey together, but you just got to learn how to invite properly, and not scare people like, oh, get all in their face, right? So hopefully that was very helpful to you, ladies and gentlemen. When I had this huge text message when I got started, and I would explain everything about the business in the text message. All that stuff I said out loud when I meet people, I had a text message for it too. And I'd send them. I'm like, here's how the entire business works. Go. Man, I couldn't get a response for the life of me. Blocked, me getting blocked by high school friends, me getting blocked by my old roommates, me getting blocked by, a bunch of people. It was insane. So what I did was I just learned how to farm relationships. I meet people, I tell them I trade, with my friends. If you don't do it full time, right? Here's an awesome thing you can do. Yeah, I do. I do this, whatever your career is, I do this full time. And then I trade part-time with my friends on the side. That's it. I trade and invest part-time with my friends on the side. They're probably going to ask you about your part-time gig because that sounds cool. Trading, investing is very cool right now, right? If you guys go on Google, how many people are becoming retail traders right now? It's exploding. The second kids turn 18, they're making trading accounts. They literally can't wait. They're like, Mom, Dad, please, can I make a trading account through your name? Please let me trade. Like, well, I see all these people on the internet. People are hungry to learn how to trade. We're in the right place at the right time. I'll tell you that. Now, here's the thing. Where are those people going to get their trading education from? Are they going to get it from some random dude in a ski mask on the internet that won't show his identity? Right? I'm sure some of you have been seeing those videos, right, with crypto. Or are they going to get it from an actual professional financial education company? Are they going to get it from people who, some of them are licensed? They're going to get it from people who manage hedge funds, who obviously are money managers, right? They got to get good education, but you can't help everyone. Can't save everyone, right? That's the tough thing about it. That's just the reality of it, okay? If you guys do want to build a passive residual income, here's the easiest thing. Check this out. Trading is awesome. It's active income, right? You make money here, you make money here, you make money here. Like it's random, right? It's active income. Unless you have long-term investments, obviously, which are really important. But residual income is money that pays you forever for work that you do one time, right? Guys, I've been getting a paycheck every single Friday for 6 years. 6 years, every Friday. How many Fridays is that? How many Fridays is 6 years? I don't even know. I'm not going to pull out the calculator right now. Some of you are probably like, I kind of want to know. It's all because of one decision I made 6 years ago. Okay. So if you guys are wanting to get paid every Friday from iGenius, it's super awesome, right? One, you either have a free account for people, or two, if you're like me, I was like, man, I wanted to get the $10,000 a month. I was like, how cool would it be if I got $10,000 a month in passive residual income and I was just crushing it at trading, right? My biggest income months in this business, ladies and gentlemen, were from trading. My biggest income months, right? But then there were some months where I didn't even trade once and I still got paid, right? That's why residual income's cool, right? You get paid every Friday. Even Corey Cromery, right? One of the best traders that I've ever met in my entire life. He told me one time we were at his 4th of July, incentive promo last summer. I think might be holding another one, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you in the Midwest. But he told me, he was like, dude, I love trading. He makes tons of money from trading, right? He helps out, obviously he's a money manager. He had his series 3, at one point, but he told me, he was like, dude, residual income is where it's at. And I was like, how can you say that? You make tons of money from trading. And he's like, because man, you got to go out there and get it every day with trading. You got to go out there and get it, right? He's like, if you go build the business, it comes and it comes and it comes and it comes and it comes, right? And so that's what was super inspiring for me to hear. But here's a simple thing for you to understand, right? If you want an extra $6,000 a year just from iGenius, guys, like an extra 6K a year, 12 personals in your business will pay you 6,000 a year. An extra 6,000 on top of your job, an extra 6,000 on top of, potential trading profits, an extra $6,000 on top of whatever. Plus, you now are a 1099 in the United States. You can start deducting stuff off your taxes, right? Obviously, consult a CPA. I'm not a CPA, a professional accountant, but I'm a business owner in the United States, ladies and gentlemen. Minnesota, I write off a lot of stuff for the business, right? Lots of stuff, which is really cool. If you ever want to talk about that, feel free to reach out to me. But if you want to, obviously create a $6,000 a year income, 12 people in the business, most times it'll pay you even more than that, right? Which is pretty cool. It could sometimes pay you 8, 9,000, right? But if you want to do what I did, if you want to go out and create a 6-figure residual income, what I did first was I took out a notebook, right? Marissa Chase on this call has a beautiful Google sheet that you can use. I know a lot of you use that, right? I took out a notebook. I took out my Snapchat and my Facebook and my Instagram and my text messages. I just looked at who have I been talking to over the last 12 weeks, 6 months. Who have I talked to? And I wrote their name down, 200 people on a piece of paper. I got it done in 15 minutes. It's not hard to write 200 names down. Literally takes 15 minutes, 10 minutes, right? I got it all down and I just went and talked to everyone. I did 10 to 20 people a day, right? 10 to 20 people a day I was reaching out to, and I'd say that message. I'm like, hey, just want, I hit them up and be like, hey, how's it going? Aaron, just want to let you know, I've been trading with a lot of really good buddies of mine. They absolutely crush it. They're actually down to teach some of my friends. I'm not sure if you're interested in trading, but I'd be down to set up a call if you want to learn a little bit more. I was just going after it. I didn't care if someone said no. I didn't care if someone said yes, right? If they said yes, great. Let's run it up. If they said no, great. That's completely fine. I wish you the best, right? It's guys, not everyone wants to be a trader. Not everyone wants to be a chef. Not everyone wants to be a doctor. Not everyone wants to be a lawyer. Not everyone wants to be a network marketer, so it's okay if people don't want to trade. I think everyone should want to learn how to do it. I think it's one of the coolest skills in the world, but don't hold resentment or hate in your heart because someone in your life doesn't want to do it. That's okay. Guess what? None of my best friends do it. None of them. And who's had the most, fun lifestyle in the last 6 years out of all of us? For sure, me, 100%, right? But I'm not here to rub it in their face or anything like that. They know the deal. They understand, right? But I was just out there looking for people looking for me because there's people out there that are just like you, waiting for you to talk to them. They're just waiting for you. They're literally sitting there. And if you just go out and find them, they will be extremely grateful. Okay. So I built a list of 200 people. I learned what the daily goals are, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to drop the daily goals inside of the chat real quick. Okay. I learned what the daily goals are. My mentor taught me this, right? I just put the daily goals in there. Feel free to screenshot them. I'm going to put them inside the Wi-Fi Money Telegram right now. So you guys also have those. Okay. I'll go ahead and paste that in there real quick. I learned what the daily goals were. Okay. I learned that, okay, I got to reach out to 10 new people a day, right? It's about consistency, right? I said a quote on the ranked only leaders call last night. I said, without commitment, you'll never start. Without consistency, you'll never finish, right? So this business is about consistency. It's a 3 to 5 year plan. All you got to do is the daily goals every day and let it all work out how it's supposed to, right? I wanted $10,000 a month every month. That's what I wanted. Okay. So this is what I did. I reached out to 10 new people every single day about our business, 10 new people every single day. And I put their name down on a piece of paper. I also every day would follow up with people, 10 people that I've already spoken to every day. 80% of people who ever would even consider joining your team, it's because you reach back out to them. I said no the first time someone reached out to me. I said no my first presentation, right? But they kept following up with me and I eventually got started. And it changed my entire life, right? I post on social media 3 to 5 times a day. Guys, you see my stories. I almost always have stories, right? You can almost always go to my profile and I got something on there, right? So the reason I do that is because the people that had the results I wanted, they were posting 3 to 5 times a day. So I was like, all right, I'll post 3 to 5 stories a day. One about trading, one about the gym, one about personal development, maybe my pet. You know, post your significant other, post the food you're eating, post the video of you talking, post like anything, right? You just got to get one trading piece out a day on your story. Something about trading. Okay. It doesn't have to be, hey guys, hit me up if you want to learn how to trade. It doesn't have to be that. I sometimes just post a chart on my story. That's it. Just a chart. Because I'm not out there fishing for people or anything like that. I'm just posting, this is what I'm doing at this point in the day. People hit me up. They're like, dude, I want to do that. I'm like, well, I'm like, hop on this call we have later tonight, right? 10 minutes, we have a presentation. Okay. So I had to, start posting on social media. Personal development, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Personal development. All right. That's Eric Worre's audio. I just sent it in the chat. This audio is the reason I was able to go full-time in this business personally through my experience. I studied that audio again and again and again and again and again. That's what I did because it's 7 steps on how to become a professional. You on this call, if you learn how to become a professional, right? We all start as posers, then we're amateurs, and then we can become professionals. If you become a professional, you will attract professional results, right? If you stay in the poser and amateur category, you're going to have poser and amateur results. So I was a student to the game. I'm like, okay, this is how I become a pro. I'm going to listen to it over and over and over, and then I'm going to practice what he's preaching. I'm going to practice what he's preaching. I listen to it. I'm like, that's step 3. I'm like, here I go. I'm going to go do step 3 right now, and I do it every day and every day until it became who I am, right? Use the products and services, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to build this business, be trading, hop on the trading sessions, right? Go through the academy, actually learn the material, understand our products and services, your product knowledge, the trading sessions we have here, ladies and gentlemen, are unbelievable. They're unbelievable, right? The alpha traders are literally top tier. Anthony Napolitano's crypto talk session. If you're only on the select package, get on Anthony's calls every single week, twice a week, right? Monday at 10 a.m., Wednesday, 6 p.m. Get on those. I promise. It's a lot easier than just day trading. Okay. Promote the events, right? You guys see me in the chat. This is one of the daily goals for all of you, by the way. You see me promoting the live events. You see me promoting the Zoom calls. You see, obviously other leaders too, but you see me posting it on my social media. You see me promoting the Florida event. You see me doing all this stuff, right? I'm promoting all these events. That's because it's a daily goal. I don't do it because I'm the head honcho who does it. I do it because that's one of the daily goals. Any of you can do it. You know what I mean? You can take action, right? Sydney's like, one day she just started posting the daily goal or the daily schedule. You guys see that? Sydney just randomly post it. I didn't ask her to do it. She was like, yeah, you just hadn't posted it yet. So I just did it. And I was like, well, look at that. Taking action, right? Taking names, kicking ass. That's all you do, right? So promote the most recent and upcoming iGenius, Wi-Fi Money events and calls on your social media in the Telegram chat. You can promote it too. It doesn't just have to be me, right? Like if we have a live event coming up in Minnesota, one of you that are here in the Midwest or Minnesota, you can repost that in there. Like, hey guys, just a reminder, coming up in X amount of days. All of you can do it, right? I just do it because that's one of the daily goals, right? And then we get down to obviously message in the team Telegram chats every day, okay? This was one of the most important learning lessons I ever had. All right. I truly believe those who actually go out and win big in this business is because they studied leadership skills, right? The ability to lead people, the ability to get people to move in a certain direction, right? The ability to get people fired up, and it takes practice. I took leadership training programs in college. Like, I forced myself into roles where I had to be in a leader role, right? Because I wanted to grow. I knew leadership was so important, right? But my mentor had a chat of like 1,000 to 2,000 people. It was on Facebook back in the day, right? Facebook Messenger too. And he told me I had 5 to 10 people on my team. And he was like, listen, I want every day you to start messaging in the team Telegram chats, or excuse me, the Facebook chats. Same thing, Telegrams. And I was like, why me? And he was like, well, you want to get the $10,000 a month, right? And I was like, more than anything. And he goes, start messaging in the chats every day. And I was like, Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's do it. I go, what do I say? And he's like, anything. He's like talking them, sharing them, post your trading results, post what you're doing for the day to make your business move forward in the right direction, post what personal development you're studying, post the book you're reading, to help you get better at, mindset, right? He's like, just speaking it every single day. And he goes, because one day, if you really want to build a business that'll pay you 10 grand a month, he's like, you're going to have 500 plus people in your business. He's like, by doing it right now and pretending, he said this, pretend my team's your team. He said, pretend the group chat is your group chat. He goes, don't you think they'd want to hear from you every day? And I was like, yeah. So he was like posting it every day. He goes, because when that time comes, when you do have a team that big, you'll already be used to it. You'll already know how it is. You got to act as if you already have the size team that you already want. Act as if you already have the income that you want to have. Act as if you're that person already, right? You got to start moving, grooving, acting, and talking as if you're already a top earner. So that's why I started posting in the Telegram chats every day. I created a schedule for his group. You guys see those schedules I do today? I created that in his group. I posted personal development. I posted trading tips, obviously network marketing tips. I posted leadership tips. I would put videos in there being like, hey guys, let's get fired up today. I had 12 people on my team. He had 2,000. I'm sitting there, 12 people on my team. Like, guys, let's get fired up today. I'm like, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about, but all I know is I'm going to go hard today. I'm going to push myself to the limit. And I just drop it in his chats. You guys should post videos of you talking in the Wi-Fi Money leadership chat, right? Tell people you're fired up. You're going to go out and crush it, because then you'll be ready for it when it actually comes. Okay. And obviously the last two of the daily goals, you got to show 3 to 5 people what we're doing, the presentation every day. If you want to go full-time, if you want to go part-time, 1 to 3 people. Okay, that's it. Part-time, share the information with 1 to 3 people a day. Make sure 1 to 3 people a day watch the presentation video if you want part-time income. If you want full-time income, 3 to 5 people seeing the presentation every day. So that was my goal. I was like 3 to 5 people I got to share the information with. I don't care if they join or don't or do. I just got to do it because that's a daily goal. And then the last one is just try to get someone started every day. So that was some of the most important things for me when I was brand new. I want to share one last thing here, guys. We got about 5 minutes. I want to quickly talk about something real quick. Okay, that I thought was really, really important for me. Okay, so in this business, there's 4 phases of leadership growth. Okay, there's 4 phases, right? Here's phase number 1. I hope you are writing this down because guess what? You're in one of them. Okay. Phase number 1, I don't know what I don't know. Okay. Phase number 1 is I do not know what I do not know. Right? You fail to recognize the value of leadership most times at this level, right? You think leadership is only for people at the top. It's only for the people who are running the calls. It's only for the people who are posting the chats, right? That's what most people think, but you have no idea what you're missing out on by not stepping into bigger levels of phases of leadership. You have no idea what you're missing out on. It's unbelievable, right? People usually don't invest in leadership growth because they don't think they have leadership skills. People don't invest in leadership growth. I didn't think I had leadership skill abilities, but yet when I was in college, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to this leadership, group, 50 people. I'm going to go once a week, twice a week, right? Change my entire life. And it's just unfortunate though, because as long as a person doesn't know that they have leadership abilities, they don't grow. If a person doesn't know that they have leadership abilities, which guess what? Here's a tip. Everyone does. They won't grow. Leadership is a secret to life. Guys, the whole country is ran by leadership, church groups, sports teams, everything, right? But we all have it in us. It's just learning to invest in your leadership growth, right? Phase number 2 is I know what I don't know. Okay. I know what I don't know. Okay. This is at some point, you're going to be placed in a leadership position. Okay. And eventually most people discover that nobody's following us, like, why don't I have anyone following me? Right. And you realize it's that, you need to learn at this point, right? You realizing now, okay, I need to learn now because you're getting put in a leadership position. You're all in a leadership position right now already inside this company. Okay. Inside your family, inside, teams that you're on, inside groups that you're in a leadership position. You just don't realize it yet. Right. And that's when it's possible for you to start. is once you realize that you're in a leadership position already. Now you know that you can actually start. This is when it's possible, right? And so there's a quote, and it's, to be conscious that you are ignorant to the fact is a great step to knowledge. Okay. So being aware that you don't know what you're not, or you being aware that you don't know, what to do, but you're aware that you don't know what to do, is a great step towards getting to where you want to go. Most people are in phase one. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing at all. And I don't even know that I don't know, phase number 3, right? I grow and know, and it starts to show. Okay. I grow and know, and it starts to show. Okay. I grow and know, and it starts to show. Phase 3, right? When you recognize the lack of skill and start to begin the daily discipline of personal growth in leadership, exciting things start to happen to your life. When you learn the things that you're supposed to be doing to level up, to get better at leadership, when you learn what those are and you start to work towards it, exciting things start happening in your life. It's the weirdest thing in the world. The universe watches you step out of your comfort zone. The universe watches you take steps towards greatness, right? We'll get this call started here in a couple minutes, or excuse me, a minute, guys. The meeting's locked right now, so no one get in. But when you start working on your personal growth, ladies and gentlemen, exciting things start happening to your life. Okay. You start your development of leadership today. So you want to start your development of leadership today. April 2nd, 2024, you decided to become a leader. You decided to start helping people to the best of your ability, right? And someday the experience, and someday you'll experience the effects of you making this decision. Some days, or someday you'll see the results of you wanting to become a leader. Someday you'll see, the fruits that bear from this decision, right? If you decide to start focusing on leadership development, right? Here's a good timeline for you. 10 to 20 years of leadership development is legendary, top tier mastery. Okay. It took me 8, 9, 10 years. Ever since I took that program in college, 8, 9, 10 years of this business, of different groups, different organizations, stuff like that, to get to the level that I'm at right now, right? So just understand it's 10 to 20 years. But here's the thing, the time's going to pass regardless. But now you're working on leadership skills starting today. Okay. Now, phase 4, I simply go because of what I know. All right, write this down. This is phase 4. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is the exact same thing as unconscious incompetence, right? Conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence, right? That's the same thing right here. Okay. Number 4, I simply go because of what I know. In phase 3, your leadership can be pretty effective. In phase 3, your leadership can be pretty effective, but you have to think about every move you make. In phase 3, you have to force yourself to do it. You have to make yourself show up. You have to force yourself to prospect people. You have to force yourself to get on the trading sessions. You have to force yourself to do these things, right? It's pretty effective, but you're literally having to think about every move you make. When you get to phase 4, this is where you want to be. Okay. Phase 4, your ability to lead almost becomes automatic, literally automatic. That's what unconscious competence is. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you don't even know that you're doing it. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing every day, but you don't even realize it. I simply go because of what I know, right? And that's when the payoff is larger than life. That's when the payout's larger than life, right? The only way to get there is to recognize the process that we just went through and pay the price. You're going to have to pay the price if you want to get there, right? I paid the price. Anthony Napolitano paid the price. Tippa paid the price. Lots of leaders on this call are paying the price. The legends in this industry paid the price. Everyone who gets to phase 4 paid the price, right? And so just understand, leadership is developed daily, not in a day, okay? So hopefully you guys gained some knowledge on this call. Listen, every Tuesday, 7 p.m., get your teams on here from now on. Let's get fired up. Let's go get it. And we're going to start this Zoom call for the guests right now, and I'll see you guys soon.